Quick game review. We got a 12K versus 13Q. This was sent in by Zuzana, who is playing black here. And she did leave us this note. She said she did win after 120 moves. Spoiler alert. She needs to put that in the comments, I think. Anyway, she fell behind somewhere, but she ended up killing something to win. So let's see how she did that. And pretty normal opening. This is pretty all good. Thought I'd try the mini Chinese. Absolutely. Please do. Wasn't really sure. Yeah, wasn't really sure what to do. Well, in this case, I would tell you I would play right here, or possibly here or here. Those are really my only three options. We definitely don't want a pincer. This is too over-concentrated. Now L3 looks bad. It's not really doing anything. And, you know, again, my first inclination is to kick this because we want to make it squirm a little bit. We have the position, so make it squirm, don't give it eye space. Yeah, this is not that good, it turns out. Yep, and yep. Yeah, white actually made a nice little base, and you still have this cutting point. And white even has a little bit of exposure to the outside, so we didn't really accomplish a whole lot by attaching. We really only play this kind of move when this area is of importance. Yeah, yep, and then it hurts your L3 stone, which you're right. You want to use your L3, you don't want to hurt it. So this is actually a pretty big loss for black. This was a good result for white. Yep, black defended the cut immediately, and again, it's worth points. It's good defense, but white is pretty satisfied. This move is okay. I think this is good. White needs to do something here. So I'm not entirely sure what the shape should be. But white does, especially after this black move, white has very little Aji to exploit. So getting out is not unreasonable. Ooh, that's aggressive. Oh, why not just something like here? This is much more solid and much harder for white to counterattack later. With here, you actually still have a really big invasion point right here. So again, I'm not saying white's going to invade right now, but man, what do you do after this move? If you just sort of connect, and you connect, I don't know, you get split, and these two groups now have no eyes, and this stone needs moves to live, and I guess you're thinking, yeah, actually this white can't, white should not do this yet. Probably thought some other move over here, that type of sequence, but this is really thin. Actually, that's probably slightly better even, so we don't provoke black to nub against you. I don't know, we get sort of involved in this running thing. This looks pretty okay for white, considering that black was supposed to have 3 moves over here, right, in this little area, and now black has been split. So, given that black was supposed to have these extra moves, this leaves a lot of Aji. So this is not a good shape. Right, really, these 3 stones, not a good shape. We don't try to make this shape. The shape doesn't have a name. Most shapes that have names are good shapes. Shapes without names, not so much. This doesn't really do a whole lot. Everybody cuts your double Hane. Well, yeah, that's reasonable. This cut for white is a good. That's the correct side. If they're going to cut. Yeah, this is all reasonable for white. Yeah, white can play here. Yep, it's okay. But you should use that wall. Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, your move's okay, but I think you need to play this right now. You are super solid down here, right, with this group. And even though you're worried about this B group, as long as white's weak too, you can do all sorts of mean and terrible things while fixing it. So I think this move is really important, actually, to make white uncomfortable. What did you say? You left a comment. Oh, all right, you want to catch the cutting stone, but really want to get this approach. Actually, cutting this stone is much too slow, especially considering you can almost always get this turn for free. Yeah, so this is Like, this is the type of move that I think most players at your level want to play, right? Make the good shape. But how about instead we make white weak, and if white tries to make a base, well, then we can probably turn, and we can play something like this. And, you know, these 3 stones that you thought were weak before are never going to be weak, right? Because white has weak stones. So this is the better idea. So you really don't need to fix here right away. Did you get a response? You sure did. Okay, we're going to play out a Joseki. White Tanukis, this is a bad Tanuki. This is not worth it. Granted, white is still probably eyeing these invasion points. This stone probably doesn't help enough in this sort of invasion. So, yeah, slow move. Slow move. White should play probably right there on this marked point. I did this because I wanted... Oh, this is great. Yeah, great move. Wait to play R8. Yes. Yes, but I'm scared to see how you did this, actually, because you might have still done this inefficiently. Yeah. So you were pleased with yourself. Yeah, and this is pretty true to form, because whenever I'm really pleased with myself in a game as well, and I show it to a stronger player, they always tell me that move sucks. So I'm going to do the same thing. This group is not weak. Whoops, I keep misclicking there, but this group is not weak. These are kind of weak, but not as weak as you think. You really don't need to capture this. Again, if you played a move here, or you could actually even play a move like this. This is actually playable too. This kind of sequence would have been just fine. And even though white, in theory, gets to connect here, you actually have this move later on if you ever need a connection. I don't know. This is really nice thickness, right, all through here. Like, this is, I mean, they're cuts, but white really owes you a move there if you don't want to have a complete control over the middle. Yeah, not too slow, not necessary. White decided he wanted to run. Yeah, but you should have had to move over here first. It's been much more effective. Let's just go back and look at my sequence. Let's say white tries to run now. Well, here you have actually 2 really good options depending on what you want. The first of which is just to upset the white base. And this is probably the better of the 2 options in this scenario. White plays here. You can actually peep again if you want. You actually can now come back and play something like this. And we'll just pull back. White sort of has to keep running. I don't know where white's running to, I guess, is my point. Right? There's not really anywhere for white to go. Like, we didn't run anywhere. So white fail. But again, this is all contingent upon us having a stone here first. The other way we could actually just play this directly and not take this this elephant eye shape. This is a really cool shape. If you don't know this shape, immediately add this to your shape vocabulary. So when you play here, and if white tries to poke, this is the weak point. Actually, all 3 of these are weak points. But usually in a position like this, we play on the symmetrical point. And just to show you, if white tries to cut this off, whoops, not that way, this way, white is totally capable of doing that. Of course, we get this Atari, we get this cut, we can get this Incente, and how about we take away the other eye? So white gets 1 eye this way. This is pretty nice for black. I mean, if this happens. I'm not exactly sure how white's going to live. I guess white has to do something like... No, that doesn't work. I don't know how white lives here. I think white dies. Can we do this first? We probably... This is such a huge loss for white. There's no Aji here. Like, there's no ladder. I don't know. This is dead. So going back to the shape, yeah, if white cuts this off this way, white dies, right? White's just not strong enough to do this. So white kind of has to play this way. And then here, though, white does have other responses here. This is probably the more dangerous one that requires lots of reading, i.e. ladders, which white has. So you can't quite play that one. But it is also good to know that basically anything else you do over here now also starts that ladder sequence all over again. So you can still totally do this. So again, this is the shape, right? Stone, one space, white jumps through, there's a weak point. It's pretty magical. And actually, I think this is actually a really common move that separates double-digit Q players from single-digit Q players. Yeah, single-digit Q players will know this one. All right, let's go back to the game. So you made shape, and white decided to running because, yeah, white realizes white's in trouble, which is good. I don't... All right, this... Did you consider anything else here? He didn't leave me any notes. If you're going to play this kind of shape, why not just play here? Because this has a little bit less of a cutting aji. This is the kind of move when we can actually truly surround white. But can we truly surround white? The answer is no. Like, white's out. So, in the meantime, we're also just leaving us with these cutting points. Really slow move for white. White should play here, at the very least, right? Or possibly even see if white... I'm not sure when white thinks white can get away with this, because white doesn't really have good time to get away with this. Yeah, there's no good time, I guess. But there's still these cuts here that I'm kind of scared about for you. All right, your comment was, the top right is starting to look pretty sweet here. I agree, with the exception of A and B cuts. And yeah, there's still this invasion. So this thickness is actually more useful over here, believe it or not. Your strength, because again, there's still these weaknesses. Timing never seemed right, and white invaded. When should you play a move? Well, I agree, not now. You should be playing over here somewhere. So, all right, I'll think about it. But white messed up too. White should play a little bit faster, I think. Okay. Yeah, white played slow, so this is good. And you played slow over here as well, so you can play pretty severe at B. Yeah, I think B's fine. But probably before B, you should preface this with this B. Yeah. I think this move would be much more helpful first, right? Because if you did this, and then white responds, and now you do this, this is much more potent. White actually has a lot fewer options now. Let's see what white did. White tries to cut this way. Seems like this works. I don't see a good... dangerous, right? Because white can play here right now. And you kind of have to do this move if you want any kind of reasonable result. But that means white can fight this giant ko. Like, huge ko. Basically for, like, the entire game kind of ko. Because if white gets strong here again, you have trouble making potential here. There's still this invasion point. This group can't really be attacked anymore, and then this invasion becomes really severe. So this is sort of train wrecks everything. So this is what I'd be scared about. I'm not sure if this was even on your radar. White played a really weak move here. If you don't play the ko, now the white is out and has cuts here again. That now these are short of liberties. So you have a more severe issue, and there's still this garbage over here that white can sort of utilize later. So you got away with stuff, actually. I think if you had made this exchange first, I think you can just play one of these, right? Just there is good enough. Because white can't extend. Or can white extend? I might have lied. I thought this didn't work. Oh, maybe white can extend. I lied. Well, actually, depends what white wants. If white just wants that, you'd have this giant exchange. It's complicated. Well, the other option, the other really cool option, I guess, is to play there. But this doesn't look that attractive either, actually. What about just there? Can white extend now, I guess, is the question. Yeah, it's basically the same. Or is it? Because you get this Hane for free. Yeah, white can't connect. And if white plays this way, you get this one for free. And then you get this one for free. Oh, that doesn't work. Nope. Okay, I'm trying too hard. Well, then you just push again. And then you can just Hane. And now you should be able to get something to work if white responds again over there, which white should, but the problem with this is this really injures this group. So there's stuff there, but even with this move, you kind of have to know what's going to happen if you're planning on cutting, especially with this cut. But white played super chicken. Oh, no, he didn't. White just worked. This just works. Never mind. I take back everything I said. Yeah, because when white displays this, you have no plan. Right. You need to help this stone first before cutting. Okay. Take it all back. Take it all back. All that sequence, I guess all that sequences still are meaningful, but not quite in this situation. Yeah, this was really good for white. Yeah, you got some influence here. Yes, it's not clear you'd help the group on the bottom at all. Actually, you did help the group on the bottom at all. I disagree with that. You did help. That's a weak move for white. How does this ladder look? It looks good for white, no? Yeah, that's a good ladder for white. So white should just cut here. What do you do here? Do you protect? And white just makes eyes and gets this? Or do you find a shape and just give these up? Actually, probably you should play that, I guess. I don't know, something like that. Just give that up. But yeah, you're giving something up. And when white plays here, you got lucky. Okay, that breaks the ladder, at least. It still leaves an invasion point. Oh no, there is no ladder, right, because white has this move now. So white should still just... Nope, what did white do? White took the invasion now. I don't think this is good timing for white, actually. Because this is going to let white fix cuts and come back and make more points. I think this is really poor play by white. Good direction. Here. Just play here. I don't think there's a reason for you to create any more weaknesses. You're not interested in killing this or playing any of the other interesting variations. All you want is just to be able to come back and play a move like this. Or maybe even there. Actually, no, I like my first one better. I don't know, something like this. White lived very small. Although there is this kind of nuisance sequence. Oh, and actually, the real benefit if white does this way and does play this out. Actually, you probably don't even have to play that way because you can come back and just start. Fine. How far can we play? You want to attack this thing. And white doesn't actually have A good way to guarantee eyes with a stone here, here, and here. So maybe just a move like that to attack. Not sure that entirely works though. This looks very dangerous. You might so anyway, you don't want to play those yet, I believe. Rather, you're looking for moves. You know, maybe just back. I'm back to there. Just sort of defend this first, and then we can gain outside influence. I'm not really sure how to do this, but I think that's the concept you want to do. Here, yeah. Nope, white can just play here. No reason for white to give up the Atari, right? This just works for white. You can't save this stone. Ta-da! So white can just connect. And then you can play there, and then white plays there. Actually, this is... Alright, your way is good too. Though the difference for counting, the other variation, you have a stone at A, which makes moves in here just a little bit more easy to accomplish. This is a little bit further away. It's okay. Oh, white played there. Why not, oh, you're scared of Ko? I see. Okay. Yeah, at least you got Sente. Indeed. Indeed. Oh, good. Alright, well, yeah, I guess we're strong over here now. Or stronger. So we can work on preventing that invasion. Yeah, nice, I like it. Actually, House and Bottom Group also thought about K7. There. If you're going to play K7, I kind of like playing the peep first. And then playing something like this, although it leaves this kind of weak shape. Which really isn't that weak. But there is this sort of defect over here. This one's fine. Although I guess it leaves the same defect. A little bit different, because if you play this way, white can take this first. Oh, big difference. Yeah, big difference, because now this Hane doesn't quite work. Because white can defend. Pretty big difference. So, okay. But that's fine. I'm sure there's another advantage about playing K7 directly. I think they're both fine. White's moves over here have a problem with this peep. Oh, you still have a problem with this cut, so you both have issues. Okay, that doesn't really solve the peep problem. Bad shape. I would just be tempted just to play here. Because now there is nothing. Well, actually, you'd probably play this one, so this wasn't Sente. And then you have this kind of thing. I guess then that makes all these Sente, so I don't know which is better. Do you want white to have Sente over here, or Sente moves over here? This is a very strange shape. White's running again. Ooh. How dangerous. This is dangerous. This is really dangerous for white because of this move. And then here. If we play this, it doesn't quite work yet. Oh man. So it looks like white can capture that, but then you'll get the outside. I don't know, here's one variation. Big exchange. But you can see, I think in that last sequence, how dangerous this shape is for white. Like this can be cut here if you have a little bit more strength. My argument though is that you'd actually still have the same cut should you have the stone here, and this is a little bit stronger down here. But it's okay. Is this good? It's okay. Sure. But man, Is it what's most important? What happens if we play a move here? Now that we've reduced the corner, right, to just sort of this size, fun size corner, if we continue to reduce it, let's say white, you know, we can get a few extra moves here. Actually, let's put the stones on the board. Maybe even we get that one. Especially if we get that one. I guess we can't ever really kill this, though, is the problem. Because white has ways of gaining more eyes, but we do sort of force white into making a bunch of bad exchanges, things like this. Yeah, I guess white's too strong to play this way. This is like my instinct as you know, my level of Go player is, oh, we've got a weak group over here. Oh, let's go make a bunch of noise over here. In this case, I still think this is a good move. Because worst case, let's say we just play there. You kind of want to play that move anyway. And later on, you know, let's say white does something like this, you still have attachments like this. I don't know. To continue the reduction. I guess I might take this all back too. I don't know. Because even playing here, right, if white feels like white's weak enough to have to respond again, I don't know, it feels like we get a lot of stuff in here. Like this invasion becomes possible. So anyway, you played over here, which is also fine. But man, I feel like the I don't know, something about this group just feels weaker than it is, I guess. Maybe there is a better way to harass it. But it's still this weakness here. Yeah. All right. This is a pretty weak move for white. White is saying, please don't come in here. Please don't come in here. I think I should just take this. This is really big. You don't remember why you played this. You just picked a spot. Yeah. Oh, well, I can tell you one reason why you might have wanted this is you're sort of sensing that this is a weak group and this is a weak group, so you want to sort of keep them separated and just attack as severely as possible. I'm not sure that it's good either, though. It looks strange. But what else would you do? I still like this move. If white comes out, you jump out here. And if we play this, we come out here. And if white cuts, we do here. And if white extends, do we have a way to actually cause problems? I think we do. Sorta. No, we really don't. No, I guess we do. We do. Right, because white doesn't have time. Oh, this is a giant exchange. Actually, we do. Why, man, this is crazy. Now what happens? Does white have this cut? This is a huge fight. But I guess the fight only really starts if white has this cut, which white does not. Because of that stone. Alright, that's Fantasyland. I guess there's still things you can do to this, because you have this weakness and this weakness. So you can see how strongly white wants to respond over here. If white wants to give you black a bunch of free moves over here, then yeah, I guess we have to find a pretty killer move. What? Did I mark that stone for some reason? Something like M15. This cut looks okay. It's playable. It's reasonable. It's dangerous. Oh. Oh. White wants outside? Why aren't we cutting now? Look, we have cuts. Force white to live. Can white if white connects here, is white alive over here? Is my question to you. It doesn't really look like it. But it's also kind of hard to read out thoroughly. I guess we would need to play there. Need that, and then we can play something like this. No, white takes Atari first, and then here. And then that looks kind of co-ish. Otherwise, it's just dead. Yeah, I think you missed something pretty gargantuanly terrible for white over here. Wasn't that the whole point of, like, pushing? I figured white would respond, so why not? Well, the problem is you still have this cut, and now you have... this isn't a real cut yet, I suppose, but... I'm not in love with either of these shapes. Oh, you do get a response. Hey, cut! This is how you won the game, I bet. Oh, white defended. Necessary? Why not just play over here first? I guess, well, I guess white still needs to push here in order to not win. If white comes over here and makes life, this is really big. And that's sizable, and you have a corner, and you still have endgame over here. So it looks like you have more than enough points. Oh, yeah, you can't play that. Yeah, the other problem with this Hane is probably needed a stone there. Right, because now white has nothing to do over here. Like, all this stuff makes a bunch of pretty Ataris, but doesn't work. Here? It doesn't, I mean, nothing. So, yeah, when you Hane, you're actually leaving yourself weaknesses, right? The key points here. And there still are weaknesses in the other key points here. So there is some danger, but yeah, this is no good. But you knew that. And if you play here, you have to play here. But now the new problem is white actually has a weak point that he can exploit here with this attachment. Because if you try to cut, all of the bad things start happening. Can you play here directly? I think you can. Yeesh. There. 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 Maybe this isn't quite weak enough. Maybe white still has nothing. Or not. Look at that. Holy bejesus. I guess you could exchange that. Can't do that yet. Have to play there. Connect. Connect. I don't know. This is crazy. Block. Pull back. There. Make an eye. Make an eye. Play there. Is this just Sibicky between these two? But Sibicky's no good because black still needs to do something over here. Can you play this? This is no good. Or actually, it's not Sibicky, right? At best, it's Ko. Because what if white just starts filling in all these liberties? Yeah, this is just death to black. Never mind, white just wins. Alright, so that was crazy. That was fun, though. So, I'm sure there's lots of other variations to read out. But that's why, going back, this is a weak point. That's my explanation of that. Alright. Yep, that's not the right point. And white takes advantage of immediately. Yeah, white can even take that Atari. Nope, that doesn't work. Nope, 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 nope. White missed a really big opportunity right there. Right, now there's still this problem. White's still crawling around inside. Not a huge problem, I guess, actually. Not as big as the problems over here. Yeah, too slow. This is... Why aren't we playing over here? We cut off a weak group. Please attack the weak group that we invested in cutting off. Oh, good. Now we start trying to kill. This move does not look right, though. Does it work? Well, first of all, what if white just plays here? White's alive. So he killed a little bit. But we didn't want to kill a little thing. We wanted to kill a big thing. So what did black do? Does this work? White did not cut. All right, first, what did white do? White Atari that way. This looks like it works for black. If white goes that way. All right, so let's see if white went this way. What should have happened? Yeah, black dies here, right? Because black needs 2 moves, I think. Black needs to play here and here at the same time. This is just white has 2 eyes. So that's some luck. Yep, yeah, lucky. Yeah. Yeah, this is lucky. Oh, that works fine. Yep. 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 That doesn't work. I guess it doesn't matter because that's Atari. No, wait, it does matter. What if white plays here? I guess, nope, that's a false eye. Yeah, it just works. All right, it all works. Nope, that doesn't work. Necessary? Why don't we just play here and just... That's it? Like, nothing else? White can't approach here. If white does this, we just play here. No throw-in or anything. Yeah, see, I think you overthought yourself here. But it... What? Oh, right, white's still trying to live. Uh-huh, okay. I got scared for a second. I was like, ah? Yeah, it still works because you have this connection. And this is where white resigned. Yep, appropriately enough. No, white actually gained a lot in the middle here. This actually is all very helpful to help prevent an attack on this thing. So, you did get a little bit lucky. I don't want to discourage you at all and not downplay your skill at all here, because you did, you know, play very well. But you did get a little bit lucky. All right, so what are the big concepts? What are the things that we need you to continue to work on? Yeah, this is bad. Okay, so using stones. You guys, I think most people watching this video know, don't attach to a weak stone, right? That's a common Go saying. And yet, ironically, this one's fine, right? Even though this is also attaching to a weak stone. The difference is this ruins the stone's shape, essentially, while this one helps it. So there's that, but also in general, when we already have a stone surrounded without a whole lot of places to make a base along the side, there's really only 2 things we need to do, right? We either need to keep it on the inside and build points for doing so, or make sure it doesn't get a base, right? Those are really it. I guess there's a third move where we can attack it severely, but this is a very strange shape for us, so we don't play that one. Okay, so attacking, or not attacking, but again, when a white stone's under pressure, just play, you know, make sure it can't get a base, basically, you know, find a move that doesn't allow. Yeah, this shape is also weird. Again, we just need to make sure we have a base here. We don't, you know, we're not really sure actually how we want to attack this thing later, because we might want to attack it pushing it this way, right? Because this all might just be dame. So if that's the case, we want to build this, and we can already build this because we already have this stone, and this stone. So when we play, whoops, when we play this, it looks like we're going to try to build points here directly, but this is actually too over-concentrated. So it's a very strange move, both in terms of shape and direction. Yeah, and actually, you're happy with this exchange, right? This is all black's fine with white making this shape. Here, yeah, this, later on you got to play this, but you should play it immediately. Again, white's Tanuki's a little strange, but okay. Yeah, don't just play the shape move. Only if you need to make the shape move. Yep, here. If you're really going to continue to move over here, I think that's the one. But I don't think there's anything saying you have to continue with a move over there. Like here, I would be looking to turn right now before I determine what else I want to do over here. Because right now, why not just play here? You said you were worried about, you know, the corner being open for most of the game. But right now, this actually seems like pretty good timing where white doesn't really, like, if white just continues running out, that's just dame, right? You just exchanged a move for a whole ton of points for dame. And you still have moves like this if this becomes a shape thing, or you can always come back and still peep here. So I don't know, I'd want to fix over here in this case. So this is just a little bit, you don't have a really good reason to be building this yet. I guess is my point. So I'd probably look at playing there. Yep. We talked about these cuts, right? This leaves bad shape. Yeah, you're trying too hard here. Just lean over here. Just lean, and then why not just come back and make a very nice and reasonable kind of move. Actually, that's probably not reasonable. Nice and reasonable move like this. Seems pretty reasonable. White kind of has to attach. And you can just play here, actually. Because white is so scared of getting trapped behind this line. You might even be able to wedge now, which is kind of neat. Because white has 2 cuts to fix. Of course, it looks like white can fix one here. Then white still needs to fix this one. I don't know. Then how about we just come back and... This is so open, though, is the problem. Like, you have so much thickness, but it's just way too open. I don't actually know how to turn this type of moyo into territory at all. Because we just play here, right? White just throws a stone in. It's still actually really hard to have white live here. Like, this is a challenge. But either way, this is like super scary for white, this type of formation. Right, white didn't gain anything by running this out, and you still have moves. So, yep. Got a little bit too overzealous with the cut here. Like, this is okay if this move helps you kill this, right? Then it's fine. This is okay. Yep. And yeah, you guys just both missed, I think, killing sequences over here. So overall, I mean, pretty good game. The thing that haunted me the most game, though, is this shape. Like, it feels like you had to come back and play, like, at least 2 more moves to make sure that was safe. Whereas we could have just played 1 and felt safe right from the start. Right, if we played this move and then made this exchange, you're going to play 1 move and feel really safe. In the end, you ended up playing 3 moves in order to feel safe. And I think that was really one of the key differences in the late mid-game. Well, you still fell behind. But anyway, good job. Congrats on the win. Yeah, this was stupid. Don't do this. Yeah. No, I mean, again, most stuff was good. Your instincts are good. Sometimes you just squeeze a little bit too hard where you should be leaning and then attacking on a larger scale. So I think that's the best piece of advice I can give you from this game. All right. Thanks, Zeus.